are at round 20 and we are going to be using beryl for round 20 on our mandala using our crochet hook. Then we're going to snip our yarn and do a needle drawing with a bodkin. So let us begin. This is what round 20 will look like when it's finished. I really like this round. It's quite quick actually, even though everything's getting a lot bigger, isn't it? We've got 3 different types of things happening in this round. We've got just some normal double crochet going on here. We've got some chains going on here, and this little beauty in the middle, that is a treble 7 together. Okay, so that's just 7 trebles not completed, and then the final yarn goes through all of the loops on the hook. So it's nice and straightforward. I have done some tripping up on this round when I made this one to show you. I've done some tripping up, so I'll tell you about that so you don't have to. Okay, so we're just going to join our yarn into any double crochet from the previous round that was worked into the chain space, and they're fairly obvious, aren't they, because they're the only ones with the little sort of V's sticking down in the middle. All right, so that's one of these fellas here. So back loops only, and just a quick reminder that we're working in UK terms. So I'm joining in my yarn and doing another chain, and that's nice and secure, and we're just going to go straight on with it. So the first thing we need to do in our repeat is an increase, so that's 2 double crochet into 1 stitch. Now our joining chain there counted as 1, so I've just done another, that makes it 2. We're now going to do 1 more double crochet, and to set us up for this colossal 7 treble together stitch, we're going to do 3 chain. We need to have 3 chain to kind of move us over to the middle of it, and you'll see why that's needed when we've done the stitch actually. So as with any of the other things we've done which are together stitches, all it means is you're going to just leave the last stage of the stitch not done. So I'll show you what I mean. So for a treble, again UK terms, don't forget, we're just going to put the yarn around the hook once, work in back loops only, go into that back loop, so pick up and pull through 2. Now normally I'd pick up and pull through again, wouldn't I, but I'm leaving that, so I've got 2 loops on the hook. We're going to do 7 of those, so there's 1, there's 2, and I've got 3 loops on the hook. 3, 4. At this point I'd like to tell you that the 4th treble always falls at the apex of the apex. Let's all say that, apex. It's probably the wrong word, isn't it? But it falls at the top of these 2 triple trebles. So if number 4 is going across there, you're doing okay. Sorry. 5, 6 and 7. Now before we do anything else, just have a look at all those loops on the hook. You should have 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So you should have 8 loops, always 1 more than the amount you're crocheting together. So I've got 8 loops. All I'm going to do is pick up the yarn and just carefully. Right, here's a tip. This is how I do it, because I've struggled with this in the past. This is great yarn to do this on because it's smooth, but if you've got a kind of fuzzier yarn, it can get difficult. So I pick up my yarn and I'm holding my work quite taut down here. You can't see it, but I'm holding it taut with my left hand, and I'm sort of gently pulling the hook upwards, almost to sort of stretch those stitches a bit, if you can see. And I'm turning the hook downwards, and I'm just going to pull all the way through all 7. Ta-da! Oh, I'm sorry about my ta-da, I can't help it. So that's 7 together, and we're going to finish it off by doing 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to take my hook out and show you. When I pull that chain down to the position it's going to sit in, you can see why we need a chain either side of this group. to kind of carry our stitches across to where they need to be. I've fallen into the trap of forgetting one of those chains, one side of this, on the previous round, and it all got scrunched up and looked ridiculous. So do remember you need a 3 chain either side of that cluster and you'll be fine. Okay, so to finish our repeat, we're going to do 1 double in the next stitch, and that is a repeat. I'll do another one. So we're going increase, which is 2 doubles in the first stitch, and again you'll see that sits at the top of that double that's in a chain space. You can see, you know, a good measure of if you're in the right position, your increase starts above that little V there. Sorry, so it's an increase, 1 double crochet and 3 chain, and this is the one I kept forgetting. 1, 2, 3. And believe me, it doesn't work if you forget it. Okay, so here we go with the 7 treble together, yarn round the hook, back loops only. That's 1, and we'll leave it at that. So I've got 2 loops on the hook. 2, 3, and 4 sitting at the apex. That's the apex. 5 and 6 and 7. So quick check, have we got 8 loops on the hook? 2, 4, 6, 8. Why, yes, we have. Thank you for asking. Okay, then pick up the yarn and pull it through all 7. Finish with 1, 2, 3 chain and 1 double crochet. And there you go. That was all right, wasn't it? That's not too tricky. I shall go around and finish. Hi, I just wanted to show you something. I'm just in the middle of making round 20 of Jenny's mandala here, but I have come across a knot in my yarn, and yeah, is a knot. I just wanted to show you how I'm going to deal with that. You can have a knot. Sometimes the knots come in yarn, or there's like a sort of a bulgy bit where 2 have been spliced together, and you don't want that, because if you look, I'm going to do 7 treble 7 together, and I can't pull that through because of that knot. So this is how I would deal with it. It's basically, I'm going to take my work back to kind of the last, I suppose, I like to take it back to like quite a close stitch, so a double crochet if possible would be awesome. So that's my last double crochet there, in fact, and I'm just going to take that last double crochet out. Now that has used, you know, there's quite a lot of yarn, but I don't want that knot. So what I'm going to do is snip either side of that knot. So I have now got this rather long tail here on my work that I'm going to join in. In fact, I can cut that down a bit because we don't need all of that. So that's still attached, but I'm cutting it down a bit. And then the way I'm going to just join in this new yarn is as follows. I'm going to put my hook just as if I was going to go and make another double crochet. So my hook is going to go in, but instead of picking up my existing attached yarn, I'm going to pick up my new yarn. Okay, and just complete the stitch with the new yarn. So there it is, it's joined in, and I have got, oh sorry, quite a lot. Look, I've been rumbled here because I've got some ends from the last round to sew in as well. But all I've got now are 2 ends to sew in. Okay, it's not ideal, but if you get to the end of a ball of yarn, or if you find a knot or a slub or a fault, just take it back. Like I said, I like to take them back to the kind of smallest stitch I can, really. Even if it's a treble, it will work fine. But I was lucky I got doubles here, so I took it back to my doubles, snipped either side of the knot, put my yarn through the work, but pulled through the new yarn rather than the old yarn, and I'm joined again, I'm ready to go, and I'm not free. Right, we're at the very last stitch, so I've just completed my last 7 trebles together, 3 chain, and the last double crochet is going in there. Now it has occurred to me that the next round is the same colour as this, so we might want to investigate whether we can just, rather than fasten off, whether you can just continue. I know that on the next round you don't actually kind of continue into the next stitch, so I might just needle join off and we'll just take it that way. I think we better do it as the pattern says. But if you fancied having a little experiment before you do the needle join here, by all means go into round 21 and see whether you can just carry on. But for the purposes of our videos, I'm going to show you exactly as the pattern is, and that is to fasten off. So here we go with the needle join. I've taken my hook out, snip the end, thread the needle, left this end a little bit short, but never mind. So back to front through that live loop, okay, and I'm going to go over the second stitch, which is this one. So I'm going to put my needle underneath it, bring it round and put the needle back in where the yarn has come out, and down we go. And that is that. So that wasn't too bad, was it? The next part to finish this incredible pattern here is row 21, and I can't wait for that, so see you there.